start off with a raise of hands. How many of you have been raised or have been to a place that is quote-unquote ghetto or rough neighborhood?
Oh.
Alright, a good half of you do. How many of you have actually known somebody and grew up with somebody in that neighborhood who isn't doing quite as well or making kind of the right decisions that you are making right now? And how many of you, who raised your hands, have a place or had a place when you're growing up that you can kind of escape all the violence, all the bad things that were kind of happening in that neighborhood? You were the lucky ones. I grew up in a neighborhood kind of like that. I grew up right next to this Boys and Girls Club, and I consider this Boys and Girls Club to have saved my life. Basically, there was a place I can go right after school. In my neighborhood, there was a lot of violence. Race wars were a big part of that neighborhood. So I didn't really have the quote-unquote treasured childhood. This place I can go to right after school, stay there till 7, go straight home from there and hang out with my family. This place raised me to be, I can communicate with others, I can have fun, I didn't have to worry about what was going on in my neighborhood. So this place was actually really close to me, and I'm glad that I had the opportunity to volunteer some of my time so that I can, give back to what they gave so much to me. So with that, I'm going to leave it to Scott, and he's going to be able to give you a little more details on what the club is about and what we did there.
Sure, everybody here has heard of the Boys and Girls Club. The reason for that, they've been around for 104 years.
Oh.
They're in all 50 states. They provide support for students after school programs. They help them build character, do homework. Brandon gave a great example of what they provide for the neighborhoods. Besides that, anybody can use Boys and Girls Club to watch their children after school. Even for somebody like me, being a father, it's a great option compared to if you don't know how much daycare is, it's outrageous. There's another option for you. It's a great place to have your kids after school and feel that they're still protected. 4.2 million kids have been served by the Boys and Girls Club. That's a lot of kids. There's over 4,000 clubs in the U.S. and the territories of Puerto Rico, whatever the other ones are. They have 51,000 trained staff people working for them. So obviously it's a big presence, it's a big program. The priority is the kids. They've been in the Valley since 1963. The Grantswood branch that we went to was opened in '95. I was speaking with Eric Rodriguez. He's the coordinator for the center. He was kind of giving me a story about the facility. It's a really big facility. They got a couple basketball courts, art rooms, computer rooms, rooms to do their homework in. It was built in '95. Approximate price on the building was $3 million. Between the club and donations, they only raised about $1.5 million. The other $1.5 million is provided by the Mesa Police Department through the RICO, which is, if you're not familiar with RICO, it's money taken from criminals, drug dealers.
RICO it stands for.
It's racketeering.
Yeah, racketeering, embezzlement act. Like they take the money and give it to like.
Yeah, if you're a criminal, you do it out of your house, they seize your house. All those funds go. They don't go into operating department. They go into charities like this. So that was a great thing. Got the place built, got it running, got the kids in a safe place. Other than that, I'm going to hand it over to Andrea, and she'll kind of give you a rundown of what we did in our experiences there.
I'm going to talk about all the fun we had there, and I didn't really know what to expect from the kids, or like what kind of kids, or how many kids when we first got there. And we were sitting in the little waiting area, waiting to sign the sign-in sheet, and all of a sudden this bus came, and all these kids got off, and there's this huge line, and it was kind of overwhelming at first. It was all loud and crazy, and then they all just knew exactly what they to do, and they ran inside and they started playing. And then there was this specific little boy, and he was the lady who worked there was teaching him how to write his name, and he was tiny and he was so cute, and I just wanted to take him home. And, and he was so small. And then so we got all signed in, and we went in there, and he was was in there playing, and we had been there for a while, and we were like playing pool with him and these other little kids, and then he started getting crazy, and I was like, I don't want to take him home anymore. I ended up having to like chase him around, take my shoes off. He was like flinging the pool stick around. I was like, never mind. And the second day we went, we also got to contribute in the snack time. Which I love snack time, so I was excited for that. And they had this neat like little system, and with the littler kids, and they all like sat down, crisscross applesauce and lines and stuff. And they like walk around and give them juice boxes. And then if they were really good, the guys who worked there gave us these little like free Taco Bell or like free food at McDonald's and stuff. And if they were really good and they're like sitting straight and they're quiet, like they'd go around and like hand them little passes. And so that was really neat to just like, I don't know, give them a prize for doing good. And we did a lot of other stuff, like played Simon Says with them, and basketball and football, and it was neat.
Okay, I'm a little nervous, so bear with me. Alright, well, as a group, I'm not really good at, being in a group a lot, because I'm usually that person where I go along with who's the leader. I was like, yeah, let's do that, okay? So, what we did was like, it was really fun. As Andrea said, snack time, well, I, got to them really well, and knowing Josh, he was passing out, those, coupon thing, and he was passing it to this girl, and I see her crying, and I was like, what's wrong? Like, well, that boy, he gave me Taco Bell. I didn't want Taco Bell. I want McDonald's. So she was crying. I was like, it's all right. And, as with Scott, I kind of see him, instead of a leader, I kind of see him as a father figure. And because he is older than us, but I didn't see him, as a leader. But he did, to be honest, he kind of did most of the work, so. And that was really good. And Andrea, we got along a lot, and it was really fun. We got to play with the kids. And I stayed most of the time with the 4 and 6 years old, because I have a sibling who's 6 years old, so I was, they were really nice, and it was really easy to play along with them. And it was a really great experience, and for most of you guys, I didn't have Boys and Girls Club, because I did live in a different country, and I live in a really horrible country, well, like, different area, so I didn't have that place to go and, like, escape that problem. So, and then, my dad's he was gone a lot, and it was only me and my older sister by herself. So, I was really glad that I got to see that kids who had the same experience with me, that they have a place to go and escape that problem. So, I'm gonna pass it on to Josh.
Alright, so, as you guys can see, the Boys and Girls Club is a great place to volunteer, as well as go, like, send your kids if you have kids. Like they said, like the 3 main points on why it's a great place is it's been there a long time, it's established. They help out kids a lot with like, homework and stuff, and parents with the cost, and just the history in general. It's fun for both volunteering and attending there. You play a lot of sports and games, and it's great for group bonding, like Sandra was saying. So I guess like for a challenge would be like volunteer there or go there, because you'll realize no matter how old you are, you'll have fun either way.